Hello all and welcome to Wild Crochet Designs. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial we are working on this gorgeous little mug cozy that you see right here. Mug cozy, cup cozy, whatever you want to call it. Now this mug cozy is very versatile, very quick and easy by the way. You need to just decide where you want your button to go. Either up near your hand, which I find it annoying anyway, in front, which is gorgeous for you to look at, or way at the back so that when you are drinking your drink that your family and friends can see your beautiful button. Make sure you don't tip it upside down with your drink in it, yeah? Today's tutorial is put together using the half double crochet V-stitch. Not the double, as you know I love very much, but the half double crochet. Now, the colour combination chosen today was chosen by the lovely Sherry, or let's just call her Kathy, if you will, on one of our lives. We actually do a live Antics on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time every week. And one lucky subscriber on that live gets the opportunity to choose the colour combination of our very next project. Now, she didn't know what I was making. All she knew was the colours she chose, which were green, white and lilac. All right. Now, just quickly letting you know, I have used 11 grams of cotton altogether. You can use whatever you like for your cup cozy. I think cotton works best. 11 grams altogether. I don't know, maybe 6 grams for the green and 2 grams each of the lilac and the white. And this is the yarn I used today, the gorgeous Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton. This one here is called Fruit Tingle and it is an 8 ply and it does call for a 4mm hook, which we are using today, yes. You will also need a pair of scissors. You will need 2 stitch markers, 2 stitch markers, 1 beautiful button and your sewing needle or weaving needle. You will have ends to weave in and you'll also need it for your button. Make sure that your needle fits in the holes of your button, otherwise you won't be able to put your button on. Yep. The half double crochet V-stitch does look gorgeous. I love it very much. Yeah, how cute does it look? I love. You guys know I love my V-stitch, and if you're joining us new, welcome. You're about to learn the fact that I do love my V-stitch. Now, as you know, the design, I just thought it up myself. It's not anyone's design. It's just a little bit of a fun piece. It's quick. It's easy. The only difficult part, I believe, is weaving in those ends. It was not difficult, it's just fiddly, yeah, quick and easy. The button, easy to put on, everything's easy. This little tiny thread here. If you like, you can even use a larger button. I think this particular pattern would look better if you had like a 1-inch button or an even bigger button. It would look gorgeous, yeah? All right, so that's that. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm just going to let you head off on your own and create your gorgeous mug cozy colour combination by the lovely Cherry Kathy on one of our live Antics on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Good luck all. Alrighty guys, we're going to start off by making a slip knot. That's grabbing the tail end of your yarn, wrap it around your finger once, twice, holding it there and holding it down there, passing your back loop halfway over, hold it there, pass the other loop all the way over, pop your hook in and give everything a tug. Alright, now we are going to chain on an even amount of chains. Now you can decide how many you want. We're going to do 44 for our cup, and today's cup that I'm using is the Pretty as a Peacock cup. Now if you know this one was purchased and gifted to me by one of our subscribers, the lovely Jodie M, because of this gorgeous blanket you see right here. Is it not divine? That is our Pretty as a Peacock blanket. If you have not made this blanket and would like to make it, please check the link in the description box down below, and it's the very first link you come to. You can click on that and make that. But in the meantime, we are doing a little, I don't know what you want to call it, a cup cozy, cup warmer. I don't know what you want to call it, but there you go. All right. So we are chaining 44. Okay, so yarn over your hook, pull a loop through, that's chain 1. Yarn over 2, yarn over 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'm going to pop this on fast so you don't have to watch me doing that, but just chain up your 44 and I'll meet you back here in just a moment and off we go. 6, and 44. All right, you should now officially have your 44 chains. Yes? All right, from here we're going to pop a yarn over our hook. We're going to skip that first stitch that you see right here. We're going to go into the very next stitch with a half double crochet, and you've got your yarn over your hook. Yes, pop your hook in the top loop, or any loop at that matter, of your piece. Pop your hook in, pull a loop through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And now you need to pop a stitch marker in that stitch right there. All right, so grab your stitch marker, and these are these 2 top loops you see right there. All right, so pop your stitch marker in those 2 top loops. Try not to lose your stitch as you go along. Don't lose your stitch. All right, from here you're going to skip 1 chain and jump into the very next chain with 2 half double crochets. So yarn over your hook. You're skipping your first chain you come to, going into that second one with firstly 1 half double crochet, pull your loop through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Then you're going to do another one in exactly the same stitch. Yarn over your hook, into the stitch, pull a loop through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And guess what, guys? That is the pattern across this row. You are skipping 1 loop, and if you're not sure, just give your work a bit of a stretch and you can see 1 and you can see 2. So you're skipping 1 and you're jumping into the second one with 2 half double crochets. 1 and 2. I'm sorry, is this a little too close for you guys? Just bring that out a little bit. There you go. Skipping 1, 2 half double crochets in that very next stitch, or the second stitch if you will. Yes. Skipping 1, jumping into your next with 2 half double crochets. All right, I don't want you to sit here and watch me do these half double crochets all the way across, especially since my chains are really tight. When you get to the end of the row, you will have a loop there and then your loop there. So you'll have 2 loops left. Do your 2 half double crochets in every second stitch, get to your 3rd last stitch and wait for me there. All right, go ahead and do that now and I'll meet you back there once you're done. Alrighty guys, what you should have is a row of 2 half double crochets in every second stitch all the way across until you've got 2. Let's get it close up here. The 3rd last stitch, which you should have your 2 half double crochets in that 3rd last stitch. If you don't have it there, pop them in now. If you didn't end up with 2 chains left, then there's a count wrong, okay? So just check your count. Otherwise, continue along with us right now. Now remember the beginning of the row where you did a half double crochet right there. You skipped the chain 1 and you did a half double crochet, and that's what you're going to do. Just pop a half double crochet in your very last stitch. So you're skipping 1 and you're popping your half double crochet right there. Just 1. Like so. Yes. Guess what? Chain 1. And now you're going to turn your work and work along these stitches here. All right. So turning your work, you can turn it this way like you're turning the page in a book, or you can turn it the other way. It doesn't matter, whatever suits you. I'm turning my page in a book just to remind me to turn it one way only. All right, so no matter what you do, just turn it one way. Yep. So yarn over your hook in that same stitch that you are in. Now that's these little V's you see right here. These are stitches, yeah? And you want to pop your hook in that very same stitch with a half double crochet. So pop your hook in the stitch, just that first stitch like so, doing your half double crochet and popping your little stitch marker. And this one is a little one. I've got one big one and one little one. I'll go figure. But anyway, never mind. So now what you have are these V stitches, or half double crochet V stitches if you will. Your job, and it's going to be a little tricky with the first one, it really is kind of tight. Your job is to find the center of the 2 stitches and pop 2 half doubles in that center. And it's in between the 2 stitches. So there's one and there's a second one in between those 2 stitches. It was a little tricky with the first one. The next one's a little easier, and yet still it's hard to find the center because we didn't chain one in between, yeah? So you've got to try and separate your stitches, popping your hook in between the 2 and doing 2 half double crochets. Now it's a little tricky, but I'm sure you will get it. There's the 2, find the center between them both and do your 2 half double crochets. Get a close up for you so you can see where I'm actually going. These are your 2 half doubles. I've got my yarn over the hook. I'm going in between them. You'll see it right there, right in between. That's 1 half double, that's the other. I'm not going in the stitch, I'm going between the post sections. These tall parts of the post, yeah? So 1, I hope that helped, and 2. And that's it. That's it for the row. You want to know the best part about this row, guys, is once you get into the rhythm, it does become a little easier. All right, so your job now is to do 2 half double crochets in between each set of V's until you get to your very last V stitch there. Get to that very last V stitch and I will meet you there once you're done. Alrighty guys, what you should have is your row of half double crochet V stitches, if you will, okay? And then you get to your last V stitch right there, and then you'll have that 1 half double, and then you'll have your normal stitch marker stitch. All you're doing is skipping over everything and you're popping 1 half double crochet in your stitch marker stitch, straight into that stitch with your half double crochet. Take out your stitch marker. Hello. And that's it. You're done. Seriously, when I say you're done, I mean you are done. That row that you just did right here, that's not the end of your piece. I mean that you're repeating that row over and over and over again until you get to the desired length. Now, or width, I should say, or width or length, whichever you want to call it. What I'm going to do now is change to colour number 2, and then in 2 rows after that I'll change to colour number 3. Yeah, so I'll do 2 rows of the green, 2 rows of the white, and 2 rows of the lilac. All right, so in the meantime we're going to change to the white. All right, so here's the white. There are many ways you can do this. You can pull up a loop, cut your work, and then turn your piece and start with a white. Or you can take that piece undone again, jump into the stitch, pull a loop through, hold it there, grabbing your cream or white or whichever you're using, pop it over and just pull it through as though you were doing your normal stitch. Now it's all going to be loose, there's no knot there, which we will deal with later. Hold your threads, the tail end of your white and the working end of your green at the back. Chain 1, turn your work like you would normally, and then yarn over your hook in the first stitch. You're doing your half double crochet. In the stitch, pull a loop through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook, popping your stitch marker. Right there, somewhere, right there, here we go. All right, easy, easy. Then you are doing, guess what? Your V stitches again. Now this row should be a lot easier, okay, to find the center of your V stitches with 1, 2. It should be so much easier to find the center of the V-stitches, yeah? Maybe not, you know. I always find the second row onwards is a lot easier. Okay, so just half double crochet V-stitch. What I want you to do is just do your white for 2 rows, yes? Then do 2 rows of your lilac, yeah? So 2 rows white, 2 rows lilac, exactly the same way you did this green row right here. Then meet me back here and we'll talk about finalizing our little mug cozy. Alrighty guys, what you should have is your 3 sets of colours. Now, I asked you just to get to this very last set and you can decide whether or not you want to do this. What I'm going to do is change back to the green and do 2 rows of the green. But you can do any colour combination that you wanted. It is the final 2 rows, so it's giving you an opportunity to decide which colour you would like for your final 2 rows. I'm going to use the green again. So, hang on, if you're anything like me, you left all your threads attached, yeah? So my green is still attached. If you've cut yours, yay, go you, but I didn't. Oh, you know what, I'll cut the white as well. Cut all your threads that are still attached. And we have to weave those in, guys, because they are not knotted, and we'll do that in a minute. But for now, let's just let's reattach the 2 rows of green. Or reattach the green. Pop your hook in, start your stitch, drop the thread at the back, grab your green and pulling it through the stitch like so. Now that will loosen up. We'll sort that out later. Don't panic too much about it. You know what we'll do? We'll take out the stitch marker for now, because it's hard to see with the stitch marker there. Tighten everything up. So what you're going to do is hold the purple, or the lilac, if you will, and grab the tail end of your green, holding both of them at the back. And with your working end, you're chaining 1, turning your piece like normal. Half double crochet in the same stitch you are in. Now again, you could have used any colour. I just wanted to show you that these last 2 rows will be your final rows. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to use these last 2 rows in this colour or in the other colours of your choice. Now I wanted to use the green. Oh, what have I done? I don't want to do that. I wanted to use the green. Don't forget we are jumping straight into the half double crochet set from your previous round doing your V-stitch. I wanted to use the green because I would like to do like a little border row on it. And then just jumping into your very next set right there. It's super duper easy. All right, so I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to let you head off on your own doing the last 2 rows of your green. And once you are done with these 2 rows of your green, we'll talk about finalizing our little cozy. Alrighty guys, and what you should have is that. All right, you should have your 2 rows green, 2 rows white, 2 rows lilac, and then your 2 rows green, or whatever colour you use to finalise your piece with, yeah? When I say finalise, firstly I've made a knot there, we don't want that. When I say finalise, I mean just that last row there. What we're going to do now is just do our normal half double crochet in that final stitch. It's very tight. I don't know what I've done there. Hello, here we go. Final half double crochet in that stitch there. Taking out your stitch marker, what I want you to do is chain 1. Now I want you to turn your work and work along the sides where all these tails are. Okay, we're going to crochet over some of the tails and then you're going to weave them in as well. Don't forget they have not been knotted, so that can come undone. You give a bit of a tug and the whole thing comes undone. Okay, so we need to crochet over it and then weave it in as well. But we're not doing a half double crochet row, we're going to do a single crochet row. What you're going to do is do the single in the same stitch that your half double is in first. So a single is just popping your hook straight into the space, pull a loop through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Don't worry about a stitch marker, this is the final row here. Yeah. So now what you want to do is grab your green, because you're going to do a single crochet in the next green section there. Now it's a little tight because you've got your purple attached and everything, but find the space somewhere, somewhere, really tight. Just pop the green tail over your work, then you single crochet directly over it. Yeah. Now you're going into the purple piece, which is there. You can see the side stitches, yeah? One there. Pop your hook into the next stitch, hold it there, grab your little purple, passing it way at the back there, and do your single crochet, yeah? Into the white, there. Now you're going through the stitch, you're not going through the big space you see there, and do your normal single crochet. Into the last stitch, grab that white thread, passing it at the back, and single crochet, yeah, into the green, like that, and into your final stitch of the green. Now where's your tail? I would just drop it over the stitch like so, and do your single crochet. But here you have your little chain stitch there. I would hop into the chain stitch, pull a loop through, and then just pull it through to the loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. All right, and then you just chain 1, pull a loop up, give your work a cut, and that is that for that side. All right, but what you want to do is flip it and weave in all these ends. I'm going to show you one, and then you're going to do the rest on your own later. Yeah, so I'll just show you one real quickly. Which one shall I show you? Let's show you the white one just for fun. There's 2 white rows, there's 2 white threads here, so I'll just show you one of those. So once again, when we're weaving in a Wow Crochet Designs, we do a lot of splitting. Now that, once you do splitting, you can't change this. You can't fix it, you can't change it, and you can't do anything to it, all right? So let's literally find a space where we can start weaving in. Now the fact that you have 2 tails here means one can go one way and the other one can go the other, which is what we're going to do with this one here. We're going to split a little bit of the green that you see right there, just very little at the back there, and weaving through your white stitches right there, and I'm splitting my white stitch as I go along. Just check the front that you can't see the needle from the front, and you can't, which is very good, and just pull that loop through. Now if you wanted to, you can keep going in and out of there. That would be so small. I'm going to go through some of this area here. Now I realise I've gone through some really big thicknesses there. I'm going to check the front, make sure I can't see the needle. Oh no, that's good. I thought I had. I thought the needle was in the way, but it's not. And just going through the thicknesses there. Oh, I'll turn it around. I usually do it the other way, but you're watching, so I'll do it this way. You're watching. All right, so once again, going through some thicknesses, splitting some yarn as I go. Not in the same place I was in either. I've skipped over a little stitch there and just pulled it through. I think that's plenty, yeah? Now this is the back of your work now, all right? So stay focused. What I'll do is I'll leave the rest of the tails here so you can see the back of the work later. But in the meantime, when you're finished, you're going to weave in all these ends. But in the meantime, we're going to work on the other side. Now what we did here was we went across here, and then we went down this way. So turn your work, go to the other side, and right here where that knot is where you're starting. So you're going to pop your hook in that stitch right there. Yeah, grab the tail, just pop it out the way. Grab your green. We're going to work with that tail in a minute anyway. So grab your green. You can leave it there for now. So grab your little green and you're popping it on your hook. And this is your slip stitched part. You know how you slip stitched into the base of the chain down here? That's your slip stitch. So you're chaining just one, and then you are jumping into the first, which is going to be really awkward here, the first stitch on this side with a single crochet. All right, notice how I've gone through the stitch and not the hole down here, but the little stitch. And you're doing one single crochet there, and you're doing one on the opposite side. You don't need to hop in any tails because we don't have any tails here, yeah? So just jump straight into your white or cream or whatever you want to call this color. It is actually called snow, so I'm assuming it's a white. And jump into the next stitch right there, into your lilac. Did I go through? No, I didn't. Into your lilac. If you're having trouble, just find another spot. I want to go into it. I don't want to go into another spot. It's going to be a little bit tight for me, but I'll find it, and there it is. Right there, you can see it. And into the lilac stitch there, and then into, oh, you can take that stitch marker out. You don't need it there anymore, yeah? Into your green. Right there. Oh, that was a very tight stitch. Did you see me fussed with it? Oh, dear. And right, I'm not even in frame. Here, let's get in frame. Right into the top stitch there, you're doing a normal single crochet. You're going to turn your work, go back into the same stitch you are in. It's a little awkward. Pulling the loop through and pull it through to the loop on your hook with your slip stitch, which I've split the yarn, have I? Yes, I have, but it's gone through. All right, now we are slip stitching into the next stitch, like so. Slip stitching into your next stitch, like so. And your next. All right, you are officially in, no you're not, one more. You want to get into the stitch with your white. So into the next, right there. And from here, you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to go right into the very next stitch, pull the loop through, pull it through to the loop on your hook, and that's what you have, yeah? Slip stitch into your next, into your very last stitch, like so, pull up a loop, and cut your work. All right, bring it out. And what you have made there is the little loop that's going to go over your button. What button do I hear you ask? The one that you're going to put right there. All right, so let's just show you what this will look like so you get it. Grab this piece, bring it around your cup. This is how pretty as a peacock cup. Your button will go here. Your loop will go over your piece, like so. Now, you can put your button as far as you want it to go, yeah? All the way over to there if you like, which is what I'm going to do. So what I want you to do is grab your piece and bring it as tight as you want it. You could make it nice and loose and just leave it sit like that. Or you can do what I'm going to do, which I'm going to make it nice and tight. Might pay to do these threads. You know what? Let's just do these threads off air and meet me back here once your threads are weaved in. Alrighty guys, that took me forever. I don't know how long that took you, but there you go. So the right side is, I'll tell you exactly where your right side is. Remember how we slip stitched across this way? This was your wrong side. This is your right side. Now, if you weaved in the other way, and it doesn't matter. It really does not matter, yeah? Because we went up and down, so either way it doesn't matter. That's just my right side. So what I want to do is I want to make sure my button is pretty much opposite there, which is on the whites, yeah? All right, so what we're going to do is just pop our little piece, and if it helps you to do it this way for now, yeah? And you know what? You could have your piece sitting there. You could have your piece sitting there. You could have your piece sitting at the back. It doesn't matter. But to try it, to get it to work the first time, or to make it perfect, just face it in front for now, giving you the access as to whether you want to do it lightly there, or whether you want to really tighten that piece up and have it going all the way, let's bring it over here, all the way over there. So if you want your button to go all the way over there, just grab a little stitch marker and pop it in. Just anywhere near the white, whether it's on the purple or the green, it doesn't matter. It's just, this is just a small access to show you exactly where you want it to go. You know, just a rough guide, if you will. Right? So there you go. Now what you want to do is grab your button. Now this is the button I'm using. And now I've been looking for these buttons and I've found one every few months. I'm hoping that I haven't run out completely because I really, really love these buttons. Look how it's got a little bit of a see-through plasticky look. Whoops, it looks plasticky, but it's kind of not. This is still wood. This is wood. Yeah. All right. So there you go. That's where our button should go. Oop. That's where our button should go on that stitch marker, but really opposite the white section. Because if you popped it on the stitch marker up there, come on, Mary. If you pop it up the stitch marker up there and your white and your button is held there, your whole piece is going to go crooked. So make sure you pop it where your white is. All right, so that's where the stitch marker is. You want it on the white. So I'm just going to go like this and go 1, 2, 3. It's in between the third and the fourth V, but I might just pop it on the fourth V and have it pulling really tight. Not necessary for you to do that. It's entirely up to you. So put it wherever you want. I'm just going to do that. There. All right. So now you need a piece of thread. Okay. You need just a small piece, like the size of your piece. The size of your piece. That's it. That is all you need. You're only going to be putting it in and out of the button whatever times, however many buttonholes that you have. Oh, I forgot to check to see if my needle fits through the buttonhole. Very important, guys. If it doesn't fit through, this is not going to work. Oh, leave it there for a minute. Hello, I pulled it out of place. As you do. Oops, upside down. Hello. Thread your needle. Yep. And where your button is, right there, your button is, take it off. You want to pop your needle at the back of one of the V stitches on your white. Flat bang in the middle between both whites. All right, so pop your thread through. Now just being wary, there's no knot on this, so you want to leave yourself a nice little tail that we're going to knot later. Yeah, so you've pulled it through. All right, now grab your button and any one of the holes you can think of, preferably obviously the top one, it doesn't matter. And then this part matters, where you put it down into the bottom piece, bottom hole if you will, and then pop it through the bottom stitch of your V stitch from the previous row. So when you pull it through, your button should, hence the word should, fall into place. Just giving everything a tug at the back. It should fall into place. Now it's a little crooked, which we are going to straighten up now. Okay, but in the meantime, move it out the way. Now remember how you put your thread in the top stitch. Now you're going to go over to that top stitch. So in other words, you're crisscrossing up. Which way are we going? This way. Right into the very top stitch of your next, I think that was the top stitch. There it is, of your next half double crochet. Oh, what have I done? Got knotted. There. Making sure you haven't pulled your thread here. Yeah, there. Now you're going into the top stitch of, if you've got a 4 buttonhole, if you've got the 2 buttonhole, just keep going over and over and over again. Yeah, but I've got a 4-hole button, so I have to put it through the first top loop and then put it through the bottom one. Keep calling it a loop. It's actually a hole. And then once you get it through the bottom one, you put it through the bottom stitch of that half double crochet down there. like that. So initially what you have is 4 of your threads done. So from here, what you want to do is hold your button in place, popping your needle through the back. It might help you to have a look at it. And going into any space you can there, right? So what you want to do is now go across the top and across the bottom. Once you pull that through, just be wary that you haven't tugged onto this, which I think I have. Yes, I have. Let me pull that through. So just being wary that you haven't knotted it that way, because you're going to do it properly later. All right. So now that you're here, pop your needle into the other hole across the top of your piece. And now you've filled up 3 sides. You want to go and fill that bottom part down. So go right to the bottom section. Or before you do, make sure you haven't pulled the thread, which I haven't. Right to the bottom, pulling it through. Everything's normal at the back, yep. Then this is your last time. You're going right to the opposite side. If you've got a 4-hole button, if you've got a 2-hole button, just wait there. Or make sure that your needle's on this side of your work now. You've done all your 4 holes, you're done. What you want to do here is tie this in a knot with your needle attached, only because you're going to sew that in or weave it in. 1 knot, do a 2nd knot, and then you're going to grab this little guy right here and you're going to just weave him in. Just weave him in a little bit because he's already tied in a knot. You're going behind your button. Make sure that you're behind your button and not in front of your button when you do this part. Otherwise, your green will be noticed on the white. So you weave it in one way and then you weave it in another direction. It's really tight, guys. It's not going to come undone, but you know, still, it's better to do this. Be safe than sorry. And give it a cut. Attach the needle to your other thread. You know what? Let's just do it. I was going to say do it off air, but we'll do it real quickly. Attach the needle to your other thread. Like so. And do exactly the same thing. Just weave it through one section, checking the front. Yep. Just once. And then weave it through another section. Oh, it's really, really tight. Check the front. Yep. Whoops. The 2nd time. And you're done. So your ends are all weaved in. Grab your cup. This is the big test, guys. This is a test of whether you've done this right or not. Do you like that? Whether you've done it right. So all you want to do is grab your little piece of, I don't know what you want to call this, your loop. Tie it up. I might pay to put the cup on the side for now. Just for the first time. And just check that you are happy with your button. So thank you very much for watching today, guys. And a very special thank you once again to the lovely Sherry, or Kathy, if you will, for her colour combination of our Live Antics yarn projects. Now, if you guys would like to be a part of our Live Antics project and choose the next colour combination for the next project, then you need to join us on Saturday mornings live at 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time. We also have a live on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Melbourne, Australia time once again, but we do Live Antics and colour combination choosing on Saturday mornings live. So there you go, guys. Your little cup cozy cover is now complete. Once again, thank you, Sherry, Kathy, for your colour combination of this gorgeous project. Ciao for now.